In December of 2015, I picked up the keys to this new, tiny little fixer-upper for myself and my son. I'm Kelly, a single parent and DIY enthusiast. I'm pretty much creating my life as I go. Join me behind the scenes of my real life as I DIY my way through every problem I encounter. So today's lesson in DIY is that DIY sometimes does not go according to plan. And I had set it up, we were gonna do the DIY bubbler fountain, and the reason for that is because the animals actually use it in winter, and I got a de-icer, so I thought, okay, it would work great all summer, cleaned it out, and somewhere between the freeze-thaw cycles and jostling it, I somehow made it have a slow leak. And it was just between the plumber's putty and the silicone, but I thought, you know what? I'm gonna redo it, and I'll do it right. Except that all the materials to do it right are not available in the store. I mean, I was at Home Depot this morning, even thinking, I'll just do one last round, I'll try to find what I need, and literally nothing that I needed was there. So it's gonna probably be January, I mean, just to be honest, before the stuff's even in, before I can get it ordered and get it delivered. So that's why today's the prequel. I'm just gonna tell you the why behind the bubbler fountain. I did it originally for the ambiance. I just liked the sound of running water. I thought it was pretty. I collect rocks. So that's why I set the original one up. But then I noticed that the birds and the squirrels were using it as a fountain. And as we got closer to winter, they were actually using it more. So I thought, get the de-icer, I'll make it a year-round water feature. I can enjoy it the whole time. They definitely have a source of water then when it's freezing out, and now they're just gonna have to wait. It's gonna be a 2021 present for the wildlife. But I will get back to that. So that's today's lesson is, sometimes when you're doing DIY, you have to be flexible and you have to innovate, you have to find other products, but the one thing that I really need for this is a very specific concrete sealer that's safe to use underwater for wildlife. So it will actually not have any ill effects on them, which is why I couldn't use a substitute product. So anyway, that's our DIY lesson for today. I had a viewer request to introduce my pets. So I will start with Jenny. She is a 10-year-old female border collie Labrador mix who we rescued from a shelter in Connecticut when we lived there. She's absolutely brilliant. She is also addicted to coffee with heavy cream, and whenever she can get her paws on it, milk chocolate. We don't feed it to her, don't worry. I realize, but I don't know, she must have like an iron stomach. But Jenny she loved living in Alaska, loved running off leash, and she tolerates cats a little bit. This is Zinnia. She and her sister Vivica were litter mates that we adopted from a rescue in Michigan. They were part of a litter of 9 kittens that were found nearly starved to death. Their mom was a stray and had been hit by a car. So we brought the 2 of them in, absolutely adore them. Now, Zinnia is our only pet who is skittish and doesn't like people. She loves her people, but strangers, you will probably never see her unless you see her just on camera. This is her sister Vivica, the softest, squishiest, sweetest kitten ever. But she gets in so much trouble. She climbs, she jumps, she pulls up drain hair traps. I mean, if somebody's gonna be getting in trouble, she pretty much took most of the ornaments off my tree this year. She is a darling, mischievous, adorable, soft kitten, but she drools. And she loves to be snuggled, and the drool is, at some point, I will catch that on camera. Ugh, what was I thinking? I'm telling you how naughty Vivica is, but my goodness, this is Andy. Also, baby Andy, big Andy, fat Andy. He's got a lot of names. He is enormous and heavy. He was also a shelter rescue from Michigan. Found at a hoarder's house. They rescued him at like 3 weeks, but I am telling you, he's like the cat version of Clifford. He was the tiniest thing when we got him, and now he is the most ginormous food motivated cat. And when I say food motivated, I mean you can't leave anything out, and don't leave like cupboard doors partly ajar. Like, that cat is freaking nuts and naughty, and very also equally affectionate, but very naughty. Oh, this is my sweet Duncan. He is going to be 13 years old this spring. He was a shelter rescue in Connecticut. He used to run in the woods, and my goodness, could this cat catch and kill voles? He would just line them up by the door. I mean, they tore up the lawn, and he was equally vicious. But anyway, that is not who he is anymore. He has chronic health issues. He rallies, and then he doesn't do well again. But I fear that my time with him is short. Oh, it's Princess, the 17-year-old long coat Chihuahua. She also goes by Pinta Sue, furry Chihuahua. She was the most, I think she was over $1,000 a pound as a puppy when we bought her. She is the only pet that was not a shelter rescue. And she is full of herself. Very adorable, very sweet, loves people, but oh my goodness, is she sassy. Haha, it's Gracie Poo. Since she had a cameo in this episode, I decided to include her. She is one of my 7 remaining chickens. She's going to be 5 years old this May. She's a blue cochin, so cute, so sweet, but I don't know what her deal was in the outtakes. She was so flappy, which that's not normal for her. Andy. Hey. Could you please stop licking my stuff? Hey. Hey. Jenny, I'm trying to film here. Andy, get out of the fridge. Get out of the fridge. Get out. Get down. Come here. Out. A couple of the freeze and thaw cycles that we had. Because you had to do that while I was filming? Why was I even worried about the cat when the dog's licking her privates the whole time? Calm down, here. So if you like honesty and transparency in your life, this is a show for you, because it is not well scripted. Really? See, it's not. And it's, how about you don't do that while I'm on the camera? Vivica, stop. Stop. The tree skirt's missing in this shot because the other cat stuffed it into the water under the tree. So these squirrels show up every single day to taunt the cats through the window. Zinnia can't stand when Vivica plays hockey with the metal hair trap. Fat Andy was actually mad because I wouldn't share my Mexican leftovers with him. Duncan always wants me to pet him. If I ever sit down and take a break, I should be petting him. I'm trying to do my editing though. Why are you stealing the chicken's apple? So I'm thinking of doing a new segment on the show called Ask Me Anything. So you can write in, drop it in the comments below, and just tell me something that you're curious about. Why have I lived in 25 different homes? If I could only visit one other place before I die, where would that be? What's my favorite color? My hardest DIY project? You get the picture, but keep it clean. This is rated E for everyone. I just want to say, I appreciate your private messages to me about my fashion sense. I know you're trying to help me, but I'm actually probably beyond help. You know that whole, it's not how you feel, it's how you look. I just don't subscribe to that. I'm so a creature of comfort. And so therefore you will see me in mostly clean, semi-coordinated, stretchy clothes
when I'm on camera. And all I could think was, maybe the reason why they think that this is somehow subpar is because they don't know what I wear off camera. So if you're thinking that, what is she thinking wearing this? Just stop. Before you ask me, does David Lee Roth know that you stole his pants? Somebody already beat you to the punch on that. And besides, maybe he does. Coming up next week, just in time for New Year's, watch how Grace here helps spread the holiday cheer. Right, Grace? Great idea, too. Thanks for the tip on the matching scarves. So if you like honesty and transparency in your life, you have come to the right place. Feel free to subscribe and keep me with you all through 2021. I will be showing you things as they happen. I'll be telling you the truth about when things go wrong. And it makes you feel a whole lot better if you try to do any of this yourself and you're like, well, she could do it, but I can't. You know, it's one of those hashtag fails. No, trust me, I fail all the time. I just keep trying. I just try something new. So like you heard about the whole fountain problem, that's the way it goes. And I do something else then. Okay, so subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you know when the new videos come up, and I appreciate you.